Hey everyone, it's Abhiya Rizvi from Union Fitness. Welcome to another episode of Fun Fact Friday. Today I want to talk about why some of you may not be making progress at the gym. I keep getting a lot of questions, so I wanted to address this concern for a lot of you who have been asking why they're not losing weight, or why, even despite all the exercise, they're not making any kind of progress. I've written a couple of points and I'm going to go over them one by one, and I want you to pay attention to them because other than the obvious reasons, there might be something that you are missing either in your mindset or in your daily practices, which can actually help you to, if you adjust those factors, you may actually end up losing the weight that is plateauing right now. So point number one is, for those of you who are not going to the gym regularly, well, first of all, you do need to go to the gym regularly enough to make any progress. There are some people who go 3-4 times a week and then they skip the gym completely for the next 2-3 weeks. So that is not going to get you the result that you want. If you are looking for results, you have to be consistent. There is another group of people who unfortunately are at the other extreme of going to the gym and believing that they have to push really, really hard every single day. They have to crush every workout and they have to come out of the gym completely broken. That is not true. In fact, if you are doing that, you are not just, not letting your body recover, you're actually doing more harm to yourself. So make sure that you are consistent, and not every workout has to be extremely hard. If you're doing high intensity interval training, 2 to 3 times a week for 30 to maximum 35-40 minutes is enough. You don't need to do high intensity interval training 5 times a week, 6 times a week. On other days, you can actually be physically active. You can go for a walk, you can go for a jog, you can actually do strength training twice a week, and you'll still be making quite a lot of progress. Point number 2 is you are not tracking what you're eating. You are not a mindful eater. So you may be walking around snacking all day long. You may be having 4 or 5 meals every single day. You may, during the day, let's just say you had your lunch, and after an hour or so you feel hungry again. You might just go into the pantry, get some peanut butter out, almond butter out, and may take 2, 3, 4 tablespoons. That's mindless eating. And it adds up. 1 tablespoon is like 100 calories. If you're doing mindless eating, you may be consuming 500-600 calories with extra calories without even realizing how much you're eating. So become aware. Have, if you can, have just 3 meals a day. If you really, really need to, you can have 2 snacks in between. But if you're not hungry, please do not be eating constantly. Give 3 to 4 hours in between your meals so that your body regulates the insulin, and you're not jacking up insulin constantly, because you are going to end up putting on weight. Point number 3 is that your sleep quality is really bad. You don't sleep till 12 or 1 o'clock in the night. You have to wake up at 6 a.m. You're getting about 5 hours, maximum 6 hours of sleep, and you're working really hard, both physically, mentally. You feel emotionally drained because you have, let's just say, your job is draining, your kids are, you have young kids, and that's demanding as well. You're actually going to need more sleep to recover. So give yourself 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single day to allow yourself, your body and your mind to recover. Point number 4 is your stress levels are really high. Manage your stress levels, because if your stress levels are high, you are going to release a lot of glucose in your blood. You are going to end up, because of which you're going to end up releasing a lot of insulin, and you're not going to lose the weight even though you're working hard in the gym. If your stress levels are high, you will not end up losing weight. Also, I want to emphasize another point here. Please stop stressing about things that are not important. There may be, something happening in another part of the world, or something happening to someone that is of no concern. If you're reading the newspaper and getting really stressed out, maybe it's time that you stop reading so much of the bad news and just focus on the tasks that you have to do, focus on your family, your kids, your lifestyle, and just reduce your stress levels. Okay. And point number 5 is no meal planning. So you don't know what you're going to have for your next meal, or what you're going to have for the next day. I'm not like saying you have to meal plan for the whole week, but you have to think about your next meal. Let's just say you're going to go out with your friends in the evening. At least check the menu out. If you're going out to a restaurant, check the menu out, or eat. You're going to eat, unhealthy, fairly unhealthy things in the evening. Make sure that you eat a very healthy breakfast and a very healthy lunch, so that you can compensate during the day for the meal that you're going to have in the evening. Also thinking about what you're going to have the next day during the week is a good idea, because coming home at 6 o'clock from work and not having any idea about your meal at that time is is just bad. That's all I can say. It's just bad meal planning. Point number 6 is being honest with your effort. A lot of time we're just not giving giving our 100% in the gym, or not being honest with how many calories we're eating. I'm not a big fan of counting calories, but I do like paying attention to what's going on in my mouth, and being honest with it, right? Like if I'm not making progress in my weight loss, I know why I'm not making progress. I know what I'm doing wrong. Just admitting to yourself that you didn't give in 100% effort at the gym, or you had way too many snacks over the last 3, 4, 5 days, is actually going to help you get results. When you're honest, then you make changes, and when you make changes, you see the results. Last but not the least is being patient with yourself. A lot of my clients, I've been working hard for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Why have I not, lost 20 pounds? You're not going to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It has taken you a year to put on that weight, or maybe 2 years, 3 years to put on that weight. Why are you not being patient with yourself? Give yourself 6 months to a year to see real progress. Just like when you go to university to become a doctor, lawyer, an accountant, or whatever profession you plan to go into, it takes you a few years to get a degree. Similarly, if you're looking for changes in your body, you have to give yourself the 6 months or the year that is required to make progress. So be patient. And I also want to add one more point. It's not part of the points that I wrote, but having a coach that can guide you, having a community that can support you and is there to answer any of your questions is a big deal. It actually helps you make the progress that you have not been making. So find activities that you enjoy, find a coach that can stand beside you, find a community that is supportive, and give yourself 6 months to a year, and then see where you are. I can guarantee that you're going to make progress if you keep these points in mind and start incorporating them in your life. Okay, so give these points a little bit of thought, and I will see you all next week.